Hi, can you hear me? Who doesn't love a car wash? Right, we'll speed this bit up. I thought I'd give the car a wash. It's not had a wash in a while. So we can start the journey at Whitfield. I plan to go to Canterbury. I have another video to do. And I've not done some videos in such a long time. I had such a backlog of videos that I didn't actually need to get out and do any. So, yeah, we're going to go from Whitfield to Canterbury. Quite a few hazards, don't you think? And a busy time because it's a Saturday morning. Now, the route will take us from here at the Whitfield services. Obviously, I've just washed the car. And for 1/3 of the route, it's actually a single carriageway at 60 miles an hour. And then it becomes dual carriageway where we can get up to 70. So, yeah, here we go. We've got to get out of here. Got to see what happens. Is that guy going to let me out with this truck? Yes, he is. So we'll join. I want to actually go all the way round, but it's a tricky one, this, because I'll give him a thumbs up for letting me in. So I actually want to go all the way around, so I need to be in the right-hand lane. No point being in the left-hand lane there. That would be chaotic, trying to take the last exit of the roundabout, but in the outside lane. Saturday morning heroics. Very busy. And we're off. Nothing coming to my right. I think once I get onto the main single carriageway stroke dual carriageway, plain sailing. Just a quick run down to Canterbury. So I'm actually going to push it where I can to the speed limit. Road narrows ahead. No stopping any time. Two-way traffic, and we enter international speed limit. Can actually put the old cruise control on. Just let it tickle along. Pedestrian crossing ahead. And there is a pedestrian. Amazing. Don't often see that. But there's no right of way for the pedestrian there. They just have to wait for the cars to, a clear gap. But it lets you know potential of pedestrians coming across. Funny, I've been releasing my videos, as I said before, that I've got them all in sequence because I've not been doing the videos for quite a while, maybe even a month. I feel like I've not been in touch. How are you all? Are you keeping well? I think I've got 296, 94 subscribers at time of recording, so nearly 300. It's going tremendously well. Staggered crossroads ahead, but thankfully there's a traffic island and there's filtering lanes so they don't obstruct the main carriageway. No UEs. I think because the road is such a fast road, if you're trying to do a UE, you know, sort of potential 3-point turn, if you can't do it all in one go, you could be hit. Just checking my devices are all recording. We've had such glorious weather lately, all those blue skies and heat, and I think, oh, I'll go out Saturday morning and do a film, and it's cloudy and overcast, but I'm not complaining. It's been a bit too hot for me. Right, we've got traffic lights ahead. I'm just going to stay on the inside lane. I don't have any ambitions to race people at the traffic lights, but we'll see how it goes. If it's really slow, then I might slip out to overtake. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. The dual carriageway starts here. A couple of traffic lights ahead, because this major junction with Shepherdswell and Lyddon. But once we get past these, it's just dual carriageway all the way to Canterbury. Shouldn't touch the camera. Should have just pulled off. So we can actually get up to 70 miles an hour now. 60, 65, 70. So that car's doing about 65, that Beamer. Now, someone dropped a comment saying you don't need to indicate to come back into the lane on a dual carriageway motorway. And I actually looked it up and it's correct. You don't need to indicate to come back in. But it does say, for good etiquette, still allowing people to, you know, understand what your manoeuvre is, what your intentions are. It doesn't hurt to actually indicate to come back in. But you're not required to. Just move back in. And that's all part of the course of continued learning with the driving. I'd always been told when I learnt to drive, 1984, George Orwell's year, that you indicate to come back in, just as that car's indicated to come back in. So maybe there's a difference between old school and new school as the rules change on the highway code. Keep up to date with it. Doesn't do any harm, does it? Right, let's get this cruise control on. Take my foot off the accelerator. Just a nice dual carriageway. Look how empty it is. Obscured sign, that one is. This sign's telling me that the slip road is joining the main carriageway, so I'm going to watch out for any cars. There's nothing behind me in case I need to move out, but nothing around. Just keep in this lane then. Nice driving a road like this because there are no potholes. Relatively smooth all the way along. Couple of junctions. You know, there might be someone coming up to try and join the dual carriageway. And I think that's the main thing to observe, is on a dual carriageway you've got slip roads, quite apart from vehicles that you might have to overtake moving in and out of lanes. You've got slip roads, so cars coming and joining the dual carriageway, which will potentially force you to have to move out into the next lane to give way to oncoming vehicles, because they're increasing their speed. You know, if you're joining a dual carriageway from a slipway, you need to get up to speed. So they're kind of, it might look like they're racing on, but actually that's the rule. You've got to get the speed up to join. So the slip road is just ahead, but I am going to slide back into the lane. There's no point sitting in the outside lane all the way along, but I will keep my eyes for this junction. Keep my eyes peeled. Nothing. That's good. I think what I'll do, I'll take this all the way down to the Windsheep junction and then pull off at Morrison's into the car park there. I have another video which is the follow-up to this to do, but I think this one's fine. Dual carriageway run. Keeping my eyes peeled on this little Peugeot, doing more than 70. That's what you do, isn't it? Oh, so is she thinking she wants to turn in now? She came racing up behind me and then slows down. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled here. Well, that's a balloon. You know, let's do 70 or faster than 70 and then just sit in that lane. Dear me. Come on, pull yourself in. You don't need to sit in that outside lane. What is wrong with this picture, right? I would think distraction. She had a passenger and they were talking. That's all I can put it down to. Clearly a good driver, indicated to come back in. But that presented a bit of a hazard, because she kind of went zooming up to me and then stuck with me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Are you going to pull in? Are you going to slow down so that I undertake you, which is not allowed? Decisions. Everything changes. Every 3 seconds something new is happening. You know, that truck there is running. What happens if its tyre bursts? The guy falls asleep, drifts into my lane. It's not going to happen, because it very seldom does. But you've got to be thinking, how am I going to react to this? And then it goes past, and that 3 seconds is over. It's finished. Right, a third of a mile to my junction. Join the A28. Oh, poo. I just washed the car. Bird poo on the windscreen. Indicate off. To go right at the second light, so we'll get into this lane. before I get there. Will it change? No, it's still green. Yippee! Oh, it just changed as I got there. Indicate my intentions. Oh, lovely. Classic power alert. Triumph Herald. Convertible with a tiny little caravan. Don't think you'd fit a sleeping bag in that. Shall we stop somewhere convenient and wrap the video up? Like this, I've got an exit strategy that I can drive forward into. So there you go, Wincheap to Canterbury via the dual carriageway. Quite a fast run, couple of hazards, nothing too daunting that we couldn't handle. And I say we, you know, if you've been watching for any length of time, you're already aware of what to look out for. So you're probably shouting at your screen, watch out, there's a car on your right. Right, I've got another video to film. You'll see that released after this one, several days later. So thanks for watching and bearing with, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now. Drive with care.